Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody.
It's TidBit Tuesday.
It is TidBit Tuesday. Woo.
We're just trying to figure out our lighting so you guys can maybe see us. We thought that might be a good idea.
Oh, that's so much better.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you can actually see us and we're all good to go.
Okay, so we're talking about sleep tonight. I don't want to mess around by chit chat because this is a big subject. There's a lot to talk about. It is definitely, yay John, it's definitely not a, you have this problem, you do this. Yeah, right. Nothing like that. It's very similar to like if you watch Stephanie's video about headaches. It's very similar to figuring out your headache. Like there's so many reasons why you might be having trouble sleeping. So actually if you're joining us, comment, tell us like what's your sleep issue? Are you waking up in the middle of the night? Are you having trouble falling asleep?
Or going back to sleep if you wake up.
Yeah, or restful sleep. You have trouble. Like what's going on?
Or are you sleeping but you're waking up in the morning super exhausted? I know that's a big thing for people if they like they've like, oh, I slept for like 6 hours, and they wake up and they're like exhausted. So that's.
There's so many issues when it comes to sleep. So we're like, as always, we're just going to present to you. What our job, I feel like, is to open your mind, or to help open your mind, and to provide you with more opportunities of problem solving and thinking about all the different, reasons that could be, so that you can figure out what's going on with you. Because you're not in this group to go take a pill that's just going to cover everything and then have problems later on with other issues or other symptoms or other problems. I tried something like that. It was horrible. And it was really hard getting off of that pill. So this stuff, what we're doing now is we're working to find the core issue, right? All of the above, asking for a friend. Oh, John. We're looking for the core issue. We're not trying to treat symptoms. We're going beyond that, beneath that, deeper to the root cause. That is where you're going to find relief. You're going to find relief when you get to your issue and resolve that issue in the first place. Not by covering it up, not by distracting yourself, not by, just being superficial. So we're really trying to help you. We have kind of a list of reasons that we've brainstormed, and there's probably more. So share on here also. But we went through just some ideas that we know that could be impacting your sleep quality, whatever that is.
One thing we didn't put on here that I just am now thinking of right now is that moms with young and little tiny babies is different. Like, we're not talking really to you guys because we know why you're not sleeping, and that's totally how the human body works at that time. And so right now we're talking to you people who have a chronic issue with always not being able to have the right. Why is sleep so important though? It is when your body is regenerating. It is when your body is breaking down cells and building new cells, right? So it is a time for your brain to reset. It is a time for cells to regenerate. It is time for intestinal stuff to detox. It is like really, really, really important for all of the systems in your body for you to get really good, restful sleep where your body is doing that cellular growth, that cellular rejuvenation.
That's exactly what's happening. You repair while you're sleeping. You're fasting, you're resting, you're not asking anything of your body during that time. So it's finally like it has that break to recover and repair. So yes, sleep is really important. And it is something that you're going to want to prioritize and figure out and problem solve and do this hard work. I'm doing quotation marks because I think people again feel like, oh, this is the hard work, but it really isn't, because again you're just clearing the path so that you can see what's really happening and resolve it from the issues.
I think what happens when people say that it's hard work is that it's changes that you need to make, but you're not wanting to, so you're protecting those changes. You're protecting those things that you don't want to do, but you know that you need to do them. And so do them, I promise. They're so good. So good for you.
And you have the tools. And that's the other half of this is that we're going to go through tools. And again, like always, we have a whole boatload of tools up here in front of us. And this isn't even, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
You've got to figure this out. But so all of these things, one reason why we have all of these tools in front of us is because it's a...
I don't know. It's a toolbox.
It's a lifestyle.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
It's
a lifestyle.
Healthy living is a lifestyle, right? So it isn't just one thing. It's not.
I failed that quiz, by the way, on live TV.
It's not an issue in isolation, right? It's connected to all these other things. So, we talked about stress, and we talked about cortisol, and we talked about hormones. Well, guess what? That's on our list today for sleep and impacting sleep.
Absolutely.
And that's a perfect example of one thing is out of whack, and it shifts the whole system out of whack. So one reason you could be having difficulty with sleep is because hormones are not balanced. So definitely go back and watch some TidBit Tuesdays that we've done on hormones. Just use the search bar and type hormones, or look in the units tab under hormones. And start getting to know your cycle. Obviously we're talking more towards women on that, but
and on men, because I think the circadian rhythm is part of your hormone system. And so what you need to understand is that your body needs a normal rhythm. So going to bed, and I've said this before, going to bed at the same time every night and waking up at the same time every morning really gets you set up for that circadian rhythm to then work, and your hormones being more balanced.
Right.
Like, honestly, truly, that works. It works. Just that alone. That and diet can be a huge beneficial factors for hormone regulation.
Right, and I think those three things, your circadian rhythms, your hormones, and your diet, we talked about how important it is to maybe start journaling. And start keeping track of like the next 2 months. Really, it's worth it. The next 2 months is worth it if it changes your sleep patterns for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
So for the next, and I say 2 months because we have a month cycle, and then it repeats. So getting to know it is really important. So start journaling, or just keeping track. Keep a piece of paper taped to your bathroom window and write it down. Keep a piece of paper in your on your refrigerator and write down what you're eating.
But what are they writing down? Let's talk about all the things that can affect your sleep.
Yeah.
Let's give them a list. So what you want to write down, right?
Well,
so
I was talking about the hormones.
Diet.
Yeah. Diet.
Right.
Yeah.
So
okay,
diet. You want to write down, did you have a stressful day? How did you feel that day, right? Stress, huge impactor of sleep. Did you get enough sunlight? Did you eat something wrong? Digestion. Did you have an emotional day? Let's talk, these are all the things that we're talking about that can affect your sleep. Emotions, digestion, diet, screen time, blue light, too much being on the computer, sitting all day, looking at your phone all day, those kinds of things, or too close to bedtime.
Yes. So multiple things there, right? Screen time does do wear and tear on your body for sure. Illuminize is a great supplement that Young Living made specifically for that. Getting blue light blocking glasses, which neither of us are wearing right now, but
because they make that weird, they make that shadow. See, like you can see my computer screen in them. So then it's really weird because you can't see my eyes.
It's good for her. So, and I have some with prescription too. So, but then also close to bedtime, like it's really advised to turn off all screen time before, like at least an hour before your routine bedtime. That's going to help your body unwind, your eyes unwind, and your mind unwind. And that's the other big thing about screen time. What does it do? Your screen time stimulates your hormones. Actually, all of those, your nervous system so much with anxiety, with judgment, with fear, with there's so many things in there. When we go onto social media, especially, it can stimulate all of this stuff about like being accepted or judgment and all these things. Like, did everybody like your posts? I mean, seriously, like it really stimulates that. And so going and checking it gives you this like fix then we start living by these social media fixes, like, oh, did I get affirmed with the last post that I did, or the last comment that I made? Did they like that comment? Like, it really does impact you.
Yes.
And it starts changing your brain chemistry. So turning that off and letting that go. So not just turning off the screen, but or the TV or the the radio, the news, whatever, like turning it off and letting it go and being in the present moment, being in the time. And that can start on your bedtime routine also. So start trying to figure out a bedtime routine for yourself where you turn off the screens at a certain time. And then start getting your mind more in your moment, in who you are, into your family.
We're going to talk about things you can do.
Yes, thank you.
After we talk about more things that can be affecting your sleep.
Yes.
So caffeine. Caffeine too late in the day. You may say, oh, caffeine doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. Well, if you're drinking caffeine late in the day and you're not sleeping, try to cut it out. Alcohol, too much alcohol before bedtime. Your sleep environment. Is your room too hot? Is it too cold? Do you have too many blankets? Do you not have enough blankets? Is your pillow okay? Is your bed in the right direction in your room? I mean, like, seriously, this is not a joke. Are you sleeping on the right side of the bed? Like, your environment, is there your EMF router right in your room and blasting your head with EMFs all night? Like, there's so many different factors into what can affect your sleep. Christina, I don't have a bedtime. I know. I didn't have a bedtime for a long time, and now I literally am in bed by probably 9 and asleep by 10, and I wake up at 8 every day. And it's helped me regulate my endocrine system. It's helped me feel better, actually have energy when I wake up in the morning, and not be so lethargic that I don't even want to get out of bed. So those are kind of some of the things that I want you guys to look into. EMFs, I said that.
So
EMFs.
She said EMFs. So EMFs are the electromagnetic frequency, which is something we keep talking about doing a TidBit Tuesday on. We need to do that.
Done that yet.
But what she means by that is, having your cell phone too close to bed, having your router, your Wi-Fi devices, your computer, any of that electronic stuff in your bedroom can mess you up. Having your PG&E meter, I know it's different in different states, but in California and Chico, we have our PG&E meters on our house, like attached to our house. And we discovered it was on the opposite wall of where our bed was. And it's basically emitting really horrible noise to your body. Like, it's agitating noise that we don't audibly hear, but that's how it feels to your body. Right. So that can be disrupting your sleep. So getting your phone, getting all that stuff, or turn it on airplane mode if you need to have your alarm or something like that. But just move it out of your room. I've even had to move, like, my alarm clock and any kind of electric devices out, like, further away from me, and I noticed that I settled down even more. So, interesting. So that's something to look into.
So,
alcohol. So alcohol, sometimes people might feel that they need alcohol to go to sleep, but one of the things that happens with alcohol is that it impacts your liver. And guess what happens in the middle of the night? Your liver is regenerating. So if we're using alcohol to help us relax and go to sleep, that might help you get to sleep. But if you're waking up and having a restless sleep, that might be because your liver is then trying to recover from all the alcohol. So
another thing that we didn't talk about is weight can also impact your sleep with sleep apnea. If you struggle with sleep apnea and you're like falling asleep and then you can't breathe and you startle awake, you're never getting into a deep sleep, or your partner does, or your partner is snoring. We didn't even talk about that. What if your partner that you're sleeping with keeps you up all night? So we're just saying there's a lot of different things that can affect your sleep. Now, let's talk about some of the things that we can do for our sleep, right?
Yes.
So some of the things that we can do, one, you can look for the organ time so say you can't fall asleep at a certain time, or you wake up in the middle of the night at a certain time, or you wake up early in the morning at a certain time. Depending on when that cycle is for you, look in this book and see what time of day.
I'm distracting her because I was thinking, well, I wonder if we could just post this right now since we're not using your phone.
Take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Here,
so this is a really cool thing. It helps. It's Chinese meridians. You can look this up on the internet. But we have a really great book that we refer to a lot in our Ultimate Balance book that we teach classes from. This one. So if you have this chart that I'm referring to. It shows you when your organs are working. And here's the PM shift and the AM shift.
Picture. It's not letting me post a picture.
Maybe not till after.
Oh, okay.
So liver, 1 to 3 a.m. 1 to 3 a.m. is when your liver is regenerating. And what that means is it's working, it's recovering, it's doing all the stuff we talked about at the beginning of how your body's, like your cells are rebuilding and cleansing and doing all this good stuff that you need to happen. And around 1 to 3 a.m., that's when your liver is doing that. From 3 to 5 a.m., your lungs are repairing and working. From 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., your gallbladder. From 9 p.m. to 11, your endocrine system is working.
Pituitary, thyroid, and adrenals.
Yeah,
so triple
those are really, and then 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. is large intestine. So that we're going to post that picture because it can be a really helpful way to say, especially if you're waking up around the same time every night.
Or what if you're getting super sleepy at a certain time during the day?
Oh, yeah.
So you're not sleeping at night, right? You're not sleeping very good. And then in the middle of the day, you just get like that slump. What organ is that? So you can look at all of that in this wheel here, right? Okay.
That's a good one. That's been really helpful for me too.
Yeah. So I put down therapy because I feel like if it is an emotional thing, a stressful thing, or something that is in that realm, therapy is a really great way. Verbal therapy, talking to somebody about your feelings, getting it off your chest, or maybe you're journaling. Maybe journal your feelings out. Maybe that works best for you. I was talking earlier, we plan this, but we don't plan it, So we were talking about breathing techniques. Yeah. It's looking up ways to really decompress and get that central nervous system to really slow down. Nice deep breaths, calm your body, calm your heart rate.
We have a TidBit Tuesday on
breathing.
That.
Yes. Breathing. There's a whole TidBit Tuesday on breathing. So that can be really beneficial if it's something that's related to not being able to calm your mind. Taking an Epsom salt bath before you go to bed. I don't know, maybe that'll help you if you have a hard time relaxing your body. What else? Energy work, meditation.
Energy work. We also did a TidBit Tuesday on Reiki and energy work and all of that stuff. So that's really interesting stuff to look into. It can be really settling for your body, and you can do energy work for yourself with the breathing and that time and that meditation, whatever it looks like to you, whether that's prayer or listening to a guided meditation, whatever that is, like find something that's going to help you relax and move into that transition. Like we need help with the transition.
Stopped on.
Oh, that's nice. Emotions.
Most people don't know how to breathe. Vivian, you're so right. I know. It's seriously, I find myself going, when did I breathe in last? Like really, people don't know how to really diaphragmatic breathe, open up, get oxygenated. Yeah. So, so those are kind of some of the things you can do, but we also
emotions. So one of the things, stop watching the news.
Get off social media and stop watching the news.
I have a whole guided meditation that's recorded in this group. You can find it. It's on YouTube, and I try and do the class once every couple months, so that can just help you. Like if you follow along with the guided meditation, that's an hour. You're not going to do that every night, but it'll give you some ideas of things to do, things to think about, ways to breathe, so that you can do a few minutes before bed or whatever works for you. And start small. Start with things that you can actually achieve. Don't try and take on something that's like so crazy.
Don't
baby
pinpoint. Have you guys? Do you remember bubble graphs? So put in the middle sleep, right? And then, like we said, draw some things out that we maybe talked about that you're like, oh yeah, maybe I should write that down because that is kind of a problem for me, but maybe it's not affecting my sleep. Maybe it is. Maybe you need to evaluate all these different things. You go, okay, What's one thing on here that I can absolutely 100% change for 2 months that could possibly be impacting my sleep that could help, right? So if you do it for 2 months, then you're like, oh, okay, let me add another thing to that. Okay, I did this for 2 months. I got a little more sleep. I'm feeling a little more rejuvenated. Let's try the next thing. So this is going to be a trial and error for you guys. And don't give it 2 days. Nothing gets fixed in 2 days. And if you're having problems sleeping, that probably didn't happen overnight.
Yes.
So give your body time and grace to be able to regenerate and remake those patterns, right?
Yeah, and one of the things that I've actually very recently realized is that I've always said that I'm a light sleeper, but what I've realized is it's actually I have a lot of fear that I allow my imagination to take over. And so I've always slept light because I'm always worried and feeling like I need to listen for something to go wrong. And so what I've just realized is like that's always been like my duty, like the thing that I need to do. Like I can't go into deep sleep because I have to be able to listen. I have to be able to hear for things. And I'm realizing now that that is fear, and that is something that I can work on with this book and the help of my oils. So also think about that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know how long you've been doing this, and I literally just now figured that out, that, whoa, and it's because of these conversations. Like, I really appreciate us teaching these classes, right? Because it gives me the opportunity to think about stuff. But use your oils to work on your emotional stuff also. The journaling and thinking about your emotional day, thinking about that stuff. What are you worried about when you're falling asleep? What's coming through your mind? What are some stuff? Keep a piece of paper by your bed and write it down, and then look it up, or I'll talk to you and help walk you through how to use this book to find the oils to help you. So some of the oils that we pulled out are going to be things like surrender and hope and present time, white angelica, because that's going to help you kind of protect yourself from other people's thoughts, or at least ground yourself in you. So using your emotional oils, humility, using your emotional oils to help you really come into your own space.
And not just at night, use them throughout the day, right? Yeah. Because they're not just an acute, like, work on those emotions throughout the day. If you had an emotional day and you know, oh my God, this is totally going to affect my sleep, my brain is going and going and going, cedarwood. Super good for turning off the brain, right? Calming the nervous system down. Vetiver, valerian, all really great oils, grounding, turn off the brain, reset the central nervous system. That's what we need. And we're, in one of those times where we need that. Roman chamomile is really great over your heart.
And your liver.
And your liver, super great for that. Tranquil, that's by our bed for sure. CBD. Rutabaga. CBD with essential oils in it.
Yeah. Yep.
So CBD Calm or the tincture.
And the tincture, a lot of people have had success with using this on a regular basis to help them with sleep and the things that, the feelings of anxiety that might prevent you or impact your sleep.
If that's one of your problems, if you're an anxious person and you can't sleep, CBD might be a beneficial route for you to go. If you just want to do oils throughout the day, but there are also ways to support your body to get better sleep at night throughout the day. Like when you get up in the morning, go get morning sunshine. Get that vitamin D, get that morning sunshine, get those hormones flowing, right? You can do things like ImmuPro. ImmuPro is really great. It's an immune boosting chewable, but it also has melatonin in it to help you kind of get right back on that circadian rhythm, get that going.
Sleep Essence.
Sleep Essence.
Neither of us have a full bottle of it anymore.
Is it even in stock?
Oh, I don't know.
It might not be in stock. I don't know.
Okay, well, what you can do, Sleep Essence is a capsule of oil.
Citrus is your
flavor.
favorite.
Yeah, me too. And, I looked up so there's citrus, there's a cinnamon, and there's a mint. And the citrus, like the oils in the citrus blend, I looked up have more. Can anybody get the lids off? Well, I can never get the lids off. This is what I do, Ariel.
And she was asking Vivian. Because Vivian did a nice big long post.
Oh, thank you, Vivian. And then I swallowed. I usually don't let it pour all over my chin. Sleep Essence is in stock. Okay, so great. Look at the oils in there. If you don't have the oils in there and you need it, get
yeah. You know what? Holly she's not on here. She might be on here, but Holly does lavender underneath her tongue, and it's like out like a lot, relaxing.
Just to drop under your tongue. You can do all of that. You can make your own capsules.
Using an enzyme throughout the day to help with your digestion, so that don't eat too close to bedtime. Detoxzyme, Essential Zyme 4. Allerzyme, all the enzymes really great for digestion, to get your digestion on track if that's kind of what's waking you up. Life 9, your probiotic, really good to take at bedtime before you go to sleep, so that it can do its job. Mineral essence throughout the day. Minerals, super important for lots of different things.
Yeah, so if your body is not in a place where it can repair, and it's having difficulty, and that maybe your sleep is agitated because your body's having trouble resting because it's having trouble repairing, giving it the nutrition during the day, like mineral essence, like Life 9, like the Essential Zyme, so it can help detox and repair during the night, can just settle it down too. I mean, it really is like calming your body, giving your body what it needs so it can calm down.
Mega Cal magnesium is really great for relaxation, muscle relaxation. That's what magnesium is for. So Mega Cal, this is vitamin C, magnesium, zinc, manganese, which are all really great for your immune system too. So you might as well just take some down before you go to bed. Helps to relax your muscles. Thyromin, I take this every night before I go to bed. It really supports your thyroid, helps your thyroid work, your endocrine system, your triple warmer. Remember those times that she said from 9 to 11?
Yeah.
9 to 11, your triple warmer. So I take this at 9:30 when I get in bed. And that's really helped regulate.
Yeah,
and I
feel
so
during the day.
Cortisol during the day,
or thyromin in the morning also. So
Yeah.
if your endocrine system, if your hormones, if that's one of you're recognizing from doing your journaling and your keeping track, you're recognizing that maybe your hormones are off, your thyroid is off. That's why you're dropping your energy levels, going down during the day. Taking this type of nutrition to target your stress level and your hormones can really help your sleep then too. So that's why we're going with that. Mind-wise also has a lot of really great nutrition for your brain and your mind, and helping settle, helping calm, helping repair. And this is last but not least.
I think so. Dun, dun, dun.
So this is a collection of oils that only comes in once in a while, so you have to look for it. But it has it only has Valerie. So it has Aroma Sleep. So I'll read to you what's in these oils. So I don't know if my oils are in here.
Mine are all in my bedroom.
Yeah. So it has Aroma Sleep in here.
And they're all 15 mils.
Yeah. Aroma Sleep has lavender, geranium, Roman chamomile, bergamot, tangerine, sacred frankincense, valerian, and rue, which is in rutabaga. It has Freedom, which is on my shelf at home. Freedom has copaiba, sacred frankincense, Idaho blue spruce, vetiver, lavender, peppermint, palo santo, valerian, and rue. Inner Harmony has geranium, lavender, royal Hawaiian sandalwood, ylang ylang, Idaho blue spruce, sacred frankincense, Roman chamomile, tangerine, orange, northern lights black spruce, myrrh, rose, angelica, vetiver, and melissa.
Big names.
Yeah.
Big names. And you guys, this comes with a protocol. So you do a certain protocol. You put the oils on a certain spot every single night before you go to bed. And that's really great for retraining that emotional center of your brain. Yes. This is really deep emotional work, right? So PTSD type stuff, like really deep emotional work.
It's a two part. There's a Freedom Release and then Freedom Sleep. So they recommend you doing the Freedom Release kit first to do everything she's talking about, and then the Freedom Sleep. So yeah, they designed this specifically for deep issues happening. So it's an incredible kit. But if you have so many tools that are in stock and that are already in your home. Like you probably don't need to buy anything. We're literally like, look around, use your...
These are all just from our house. Yes. That's what we're, obviously. We didn't buy stuff just to talk about tonight, because we don't do that.
These are our tools.
These are our tools from our house that we use. And honestly, I can say one of the biggest things for me was just regulating my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Going to bed at a certain time, 10 o'clock, lights out, wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter if it's Saturday, if it's Sunday, nothing. I wake up at the same time every day, and I open the windows right away and get that morning sun. And it has really, really helped.
Yeah, you have to get to know yourself.
You do. Darn. Come on. Get to know yourself.
Track your stuff, track your emotions, track your eating, track your sleeping, track your hormones. Like, do it. It's the best
and true
education.
Health. It's true health.
Yes, yeah. It's the best education that you can give yourself to figure out what's going on. What you have to know what's going on. We have to stop wandering around waiting for somebody to tell us what to do.
We're telling you. Do the research, break it down, work on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what I mean by that? Like,
yeah,
like
I agree.
That's where I was before. I was like, doctor, please just fix me. You know, that was totally my mentality. That's where I was with everything. And I still find myself going there a lot of times when I have a problem of some sort. You know, I'm like, can somebody just fix me? You know, I call you all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, but I have to get to know myself, and I have to figure it out. And normally there's an emotional root. Like, pretty much all of my physical issues, there's an emotional root. So, so give your body the nutrition so it has the tools and it can do its job is with the nutrition that it needs, and then work on the emotional root cause of stuff. Like, even if you don't know where to start, you're an onion, so you have to just pick up your lavender and start putting it on. That's going to help you work on some stuff. Lavender has a lot of emotional issues related to it. Then pick something else and start working on that, and just do the work. Just do the work. And you'll feel better.
Promise.
Yeah. All right.
It might take some time.
Yeah.
But you will. And don't. Also, one of the things in the healing process and getting your health in order and your sleep in order is that you will have regressions, you will have setbacks. Mm-hmm. But know that after those setbacks, it looks really bright on the other side, and you can go leap a little bit further. Mm-hmm. And
that's true.
I saw it when I was raising my kids. Now they're 10 and 7, but when they were babies, I knew that when they were going to have a big developmental leap, they would regress.
Yes.
And so it's just the same for us. You may regress a little bit, and you may have like 4 days where you're like, oh my God, I'm sleeping great. This new routine is working. And then like you don't sleep good and you're like, mother of pearl, what has happened? What did I do? Nothing. Know that you're going to take a big leap forward emotionally, physically, spiritually, all the things. So don't give up on yourself. Remember, our body is the only place we have to live.
Yeah. And Elba, like, you know, like, yes, that's so much harder as a night shift. And we talked at the beginning about, like, you know, people with young children and stuff. But so what you have to do is just whatever your situation is, figure out what you can do within that situation to make the best of it, right? I know you know this. So what your night shift, or you have little kids, or you know, your husband snores, or whatever the situation. Try Valor on big toes, right? That's try jawline or big toes with Valor for snoring. Try that. But whatever your circumstances are, do your best to clean it out within that, and make the best of it. So there's things that you can't change, but there is a lot that you can.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Elba. I know I did it for 5 years. I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
All right.
Okay.
Good night.